All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the No Nonsense live stream. I'm Yaga, and we're back after a week hiatus. Sorry, it was a lot of stuff going on Sundays. Might have to rethink doing Sunday live streams just because something's always happening on Sundays. It was my mom's birthday, so, family obligations, but how are we all doing today? Did you see Avengers Infinity War? Because I did. And it was fucking awesome. And I want to talk about it. I'm not only going to talk about what I thought about the movie, but I'm going to take a little bit more in-depth look at just the movie and like character like Thanos and what he's doing in that movie. Now, I grew up, I'm a Marvel fan. Been waiting for this movie to come out ever since we saw, Thanos being teased in the first Avengers movie. Overall, fantastic movie. Just there's a lot going on the entire time, but they did a pretty good job of balancing it out with the different characters, I think, in different spots. Like, it jumped around well, but Marvel, they know what they're doing. Like, they figured out the formula, and they've been doing it for years, so it's no surprise there. A couple things I didn't like were, like, I thought Hulk was a little bit weak, like, because he gets his ass kicked in the beginning. And then, we just don't see the Hulk a lot, which is kind of sad. But the only other thing I didn't like about the movie was, we spent 6 years trying to figure out the final conclusion. And here comes Thanos, and he gets all the Infinity Stones in like a day. Or at least what seems like a day. It doesn't seem like the timeline's very, like, a couple days maybe. It's not that long. But whatever. That's a small, nitpicky little thing. But overall, what fucking awesome. And what I want to talk about is like I'm going to go into like an in-depth analysis of what I think Thanos is, and that's my cat. He decided to join us today. That's Link. Stay there, dude. I don't think he's going to move. He's pretty tired. Anyway, so the whole thing with Thanos is he's a guy who's just trying to create balance throughout the universe. He thinks half of everything should go to create perfect balance. So like half a population should be killed in order to restore balance to the universe. So he wants to come and kill pretty much half everything and then just relax. That's why he's trying to get all the Infinity Stones, snap his fingers, so half the universe is gone. Crazy concept, but there's a little bit of truth to that though, because I believe you do need some balance. Balance is the key I think, for any successful kind of, I don't even think successful. I hate successful because success is just, it's an overused term. And most people always think like, well, is it because you're financially successful or you fucking be able to do it? No. Success, I think, it's a broad term. Let's think of balance in life in general, meaning whatever you want to balance out, man, to make your life feel like you're level-headed and okay. Like for me, I balance out work, play, this kind of stuff. This is what I like to do. I just do this. I don't do this because, oh my God, I'm getting millions of dollars. No, I'm not. I get shit. I do this because I like it. It's fun for me. I don't understand why people just don't do things they want to do. And I think that's part of, how do you achieve balance? Do shit you want to do. Say no to things that you just don't do it. Don't people please, Try not to people please. Do you want to go to the ballet? No, I really don't. I have no desire to. Now, whatever it is, man. And I get it. I was in my 20s. I was very, I was just, somebody, you want to do this? Sure. Just jump on board, Today I'm a little bit more reserved. It's like, I kind of got a nice thing going on every week of my life where it's like, I do what I want, I plan stuff out, and if something does come spontaneous, I'm all about it, though. I still like being spontaneous, because sometimes that's a really great thing, too. You need to throw a little monkey wrench into your gear sometimes. That way you can help, like, grow from there. But, yeah, so anyway, Thanos pretty much wants to destroy half the universe. And at the end of the movie, spoiler alert, he fucking does that. Half the Avengers are gone. It looks like half the universe is just gone. Intense. But, you know, if you're a comic book fan and you know the story, it's probably going to be okay in the next movie. So don't worry too much. But that is kind of a fascinating thing when you think about, like, well, how do we balance out anything? Are we overpopulated? You know, do half of us have to go? I don't know. I don't have that kind of answer. So, like, what I always do is I just break it down to my own life. Okay. I ask myself, what do I need on a daily basis? I get up early. I've been working out. I started lifting again. That took me a long time to get to this point. I'm not one of those guys that goes to the gym and just goes fucking all hardcore, because I'm honest with myself. I don't need to. I don't want to. Like, I don't want to, because it's an obsessive thing. I have enough things I get obsessive about that going to become completely obsessive with working out is one. You know, I don't want to do that. I'm already kind of there, like working out, like, you know, lifting in the morning. Then I lifted twice yesterday, and I'm just doing like free weight lifts. I just want to, you know, tone up a little bit. You know, like I said before in a live stream, get some shape to these noodles. And so far, it's going really well. And, you know, my diet's always been, the last several years, I've had a good diet and all that stuff. And I'm all over the place. But again, it's balance, man. How do you balance it out? You have to just ask yourself, what's balance look like for you? Because for me, balance is I get up early. I have some morning routines, and then I go to work. I do this stuff, or at least try to, twice a week, unless, you know, family obligations come up. You know, something may come up. That's okay. I say no to things I don't want to do anymore, like that just don't interest me. You know, it's like, do you want to go play soccer in a field? I'm like, no, I don't. I have no interest in doing that stuff. I just don't. Like, whatever your interests are, that's fine, man. I just don't do it. You know, I'm more like about, I relax. I know how to relax. I enjoy laughing. I love comedy stuff, so I'm always anything comedy. For me, the one thing I could use more of to balance myself out today is a little bit more recreational stuff. Like, I don't know. Like, what do I got coming up this summer? I'm going to New York next month, so that's a fun trip that I plan. I'm going to go visit a friend of mine, and then I'm going to go a couple concerts this year with another friend of mine, because we like to go see live shows, man. And if the bands we like come play, like, I love live entertainment across the board, whether it's bands, comedy, you name it. That's what I do. That's what makes me go, you know what? Can't always have order all the time. Got to have a little chaos. I'm an agent of chaos. No, but seriously, though, if you have one foot in order and one in chaos, that's kind of like the balance of life. Order for me is like my daily routines and stuff that I do, kind of get my day going. And then the chaos is just like the fun shit I do, like this. Whatever else I do. I read a lot now, which is fucking crazy, because I guess, I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm getting older and I've realized I just like to educate myself on things. So for me, self-education is a big thing that I do today. Like, I listen to a ton of podcasts. I watch lectures of psychotherapists, nutrition people, neurologists that talk about dreams, because that's fascinating to me. Shit with astronomy, stars. So I'm pretty much all over the place as far as knowledge, but I don't know. That's what I like, man. I can't just sit there and be like, you know, I wonder if this is just good enough. I guess I'll just be this way. No, man. I'm too creative. I gotta be doing shit, you know, all the time. I don't just sit down and watch TV anymore. I honestly don't even watch TV. I do all kinds of things. Anyway, you're like, well, what's this got to do with fucking Avengers, Matt? You're going on about your life. I go, well, the Avengers movie as a whole was great, but like Thanos, I get what he's saying about balance, but who is, you know, in the movie, like, who is he to decide like just half of everything goes? I mean, that seems like an absolute, to think like half of everything's got to go and then it's balanced. I'm like, that sounds like a psychotic theory. I think, you know, you can learn a good lesson from the movie, though, about balancing your own life. That's why You know, we always think of the world as a grand scheme, like, and I always read articles and shit happening in the news, and people are like, "We got to do something." It's like, you just do something with yourself, man. Start with you. What can you do with you today? Just you. Not the rest of the fucking world. Not what that person needs to be doing or what that person should be doing, but what the fuck do you need to be doing? You know? So that's what I do. I go, well, what do I need to be doing today? Because I want my attitude to be good. You know, I'm a crazy person. I am. I'm out of this world. But my attitude's good towards people and places and things. You know, I worked on myself. I still am. I will forever till the day I die be working on me. And I honestly think the balance that I found between work and play and life is just it's indescribable on how amazing it is to do that, or even at least be able to do that, because everybody's so wrapped up in whatever your life's going on. You've got a fucking job, you got a family, you're worried about your bills. Oh my, if you got kids, that's a whole nother fucking, how do you balance out life when you got kids? I know it's easy for me to say because I'm not married and I don't have children. So, oh, well, the single guy got his life together. I'm like, dude, you could have all that stuff and still learn balance, man. Life is a little bit more complicated when you're married and have children, but doesn't mean it's unmanageable. You know, I think it's excuses, but I might be overstepping my bounds when I say that because, again, I don't have kids and I'm not married. So, but with a character like Thanos, he has a good theory, like everything has to be perfectly balanced, because he says at a point in the movie, if something sways either too much one way or the other, it's off balance. And I like to think of life as a pendulum. I can't have the pendulum always swung up in the order part of it where everything's just, okay, I got everything organized, neat, nice, tidy. I got my bills paid and I got my 401ks in order and everything's fine, but I don't do anything. It's not living. Because eventually you snap. That's why there's that old cliche of like midlife crisis and these people that reach like 45 years old, or maybe it's even younger now. I feel like people in their 30s, myself included, are having like these midlife crises earlier now because shit's just moving too fast. See, in our parents' day, it was, you worked, you had a job, you do this, but now, everything's so quick. You don't even have to wait one day to get a package. It could be a same day package for fucking Amazon Prime. You know what I mean? So why the fuck, wouldn't life move a little bit quicker down? Instead of having a midlife crisis in your mid 40s, it's now like in your 30s. And that stems from people, I honestly think, just not being honest with themselves and just kind of going with things that they thought they were supposed to go with. I guess I'm supposed to be married at 22. I don't even know who I am yet. See, it's, that's what I find is an underlying theme. The more people I come in contact with in this earth, they think they know what they want. They think they know what they're doing. And then you talk to them and they have no fucking idea who they are, what they want, where they are, or who they even want to be. That's so fucking scary. And sad and like just, but I don't think it's necessarily these people's fault, like that I talk to. I think it's more or less like people who just, you're in the world and all of a sudden you're just blasted with all kinds of stuff from when you're in school, from your parents to society to people you come in contact with, and you hear things and you pick up on stuff and you read books, and all of a sudden that you become an adult, and maybe that was your dream. Maybe you had the idea of just getting married and having a family and that's all you wanted. And that's fine. I'm saying it's not me. I just don't think that's it, because I've seen too many people go off the rails and they did all those right things. And when Thanos talks about in the Avengers about it being too much either way, now let's swing the pendulum into chaos, right? Say people that are out of, say some alcoholics or something like that, people have a problem with drugs or something, and it seems like their life's chaotic. It is, in a sense. Some people can figure that shit out and swing it back into order, and overcorrect for a while, and then eventually kind of find a nice middle ground, keep that pendulum somewhere in the middle. Because chaos doesn't necessarily, it's a yin and yang, man, of life. You can't really have all one powerful order and one too much chaos. You wouldn't want to live in a world. That's why we have fucking society, you know? Societies here were civil and kind of orderly, but at the same time, we're, you know, if we were all, you know, every man for himself and the world was just no order and all chaos, it wouldn't work. We would destroy ourselves. It would be tribal people and, you know, just every man for himself. It wouldn't work. You know, we need people to kind of work together to, you know, set aside differences, come to familiar ground and grow. You know, I think so anyway. But you have to start with yourself first and then go out there. Because if you don't take care of this up here, you're no fucking good to the rest of anybody. You can think about things all you want, and all you're going to do is sit there in a bubble of fear, and that's all that's going to rule your life is fear. You can't live in fear. And for some reason in the movie, you know, Thanos thinks like, just wipe half everything out, it'll balances out. I mean, it seems too much like an absolute to me in that movie. Just seems too much like an absolute. And I'm not a person who dabbles in absolutes. I don't believe in absolutes. I believe in a lot of good ideas can lead you towards certain more productive, fulfilling lives, but I don't think like this is the way to do it. That sounds like insanity to me. And when I come across people that goes, this is what you need to do, I go, no, I don't think it's what I need to do. But, you know, that's just me. I'm just talking out my ass, and I don't know. But Avengers as a whole, fuck, man, great movie. And how else do you achieve balance in life? Trial and error, man. I think the older you get, the more you realize, you know, and I think, you know, you're not the same person you were in your 20s as you are in your 30s and blah, 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 blah. At least you shouldn't be. Or at least I hope you're not. God damn, dude. I'm glad I'm not the same dude I was when I was 23. Fuck. That guy was nuts. You know, I still am nuts, but it's like, you know, I don't want to be, I'm not that guy. I don't know. So how do you do that? Trial and error, man. My best suggestion to people is be honest with yourself and honest with others. And if you're honest with others, you are being honest with yourself. And also just don't bullshit, you know? Somebody says, hey, you want to do this? You don't have to say, you'll feel bad if you say no to people, you know? Life is too fucking short to give to people something that's a waste of your time, you know? And people always like to manipulate that as to like, well, if you care, you would do that. And like, that's just some fucking weird ass manipulation. It's like, no, man, live your life. The people that understand those concepts of just like, you know, doing what's best for you and following your path of life, then those people will probably respect you anyway. And the rest of the people are just fucking let those people go. Don't even worry about them. Let them have their inner circle of group people that are all that, you know, echo talk mentality where they're just like, everything, you fuck everybody. And you're like, go ahead, have that. Me, on the other hand, I just don't care. I do what I want. I'm honest. And that's it. I live for today. Don't worry about tomorrow. Well, don't you just want to make sure you got all your stuff, your ducks in a row? How do you know when your ducks are in a row, man? You can have all your finances in order. You can have your deathbed fucking shit in order. And that's all well and good. Then what? You know? Anyway, so yeah, I know I didn't really talk about Avengers too much, but the whole point, again, is just balance, man. And I'm still striving for balance today. I could use a little bit more chaos today because I got a pretty good amount of order. So I'm learning, and I've had some good chaos recently. So, you know, I like that, and I accept that. And I'll keep seeing how things go, man. But if you haven't seen Avengers, go see it. Even if you're not a Marvel superhero fan, because I know it's pretty much All the fucking comic book movies rule the box office and have for the last decade now. We all know that. Everybody's, even if people weren't comic book fans, all of a sudden they are now because it's what's popular. But I've been a fan of this shit since I was a kid. So, X-Men animated series, that was what got me into Marvel and comic books. And I don't collect comic books, but I know a lot of the stories. And I've always been fascinated with shit you can create. Like when I was a kid, since I'm a creative dude, I used to write short horror stories because of reading Goosebumps books. So it gave me the idea to do that. And I also created my own superhero team. I think I called them not Alpha Fleet because it was like a space thing. Yeah. I drew all these characters and made my own team. Never made stories for them, but I had the ideas of who was good and who was bad, that constant thing. So that was kind of fun. Could I write short stories again? I don't know. My grammar sucks today. But then again, it doesn't seem like grammar really matters when you see what everybody else is writing in funk and messages and stuff like that. So, right, Cat? Yeah, you don't care. You're just chilling. Love that fucking cat. I never used to be a cat person. I used to have dogs my whole life, but then I got this cat. He's a Russian blue. And I must say, cats are pretty freaking cool, man. They just take care of themselves. They're independent. Why would you want to be having to take care of something all the time that couldn't take care of themselves? That's one thing. You have to take care of yourself first before you can take care of others. Don't expect people to take care of you. And there's a lot of noise in the background, so I'm going to get going. I don't think I'll be doing I might be doing a live stream this Sunday. There's some more obligations. I'll keep you guys posted on Twitter and my Facebook. But remember, folks, balance of life. Take care.